Being on Shark Tank is amazing in itself, however, you have to be willing to finish the deal and not fold under pressure. Today we're going to be going over some Shark Tank deals that failed in the worst way. Welcome back to the Film Time, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. However, before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe. It does help out a lot. It helps out in more ways than you guys can imagine. Now, let's get into today's video. First up on our list, we have a episode from Season 6, and this product was called Vest Packs. When Arthur Grier and Michael Woodley walked into the tank seeking $50,000 for 10% stake in their company, this children's backpack alternative company, the only thing going for them was a couple of cute little kids modeling the product. Woodley's daughter invented the product when she was 12, and he made licensing deal with Grier in 2013, landing the product in 75 Walmart stores. Now, before we get any further into this, if your 12-year-old is designing something for you, it can either mean one of two things. One, your kid is a genius and this may work out, or the more likely reason being, and two, that he's 12, okay? He doesn't know what he's thinking. He's 12, he doesn't know how to design a product. I don't know why you'd sink your own hard-earned money into that, but still, I guess he's taken believing his own kids to the next level. The annual sales of $10,000 were anemic, especially with the context of being in Walmart, which should easily be over $100,000 minimum. But the Sharks were intrigued by the story of Woodley's daughter, who won an entrepreneurship competition and even made it onto the Oprah Winfrey's talk show. The catch? All that happened in 2003, and Woodley's daughter was now 27. The investors exploded in laughter at the revelation. The guys simply just didn't get an investment there. Still, the backpacks were pretty stylish and cool.
You know, I've been in the backpack business for over 30 years, and I've never seen a product like this before.
Remember, you can put important stuff up front.
Since then, nothing's happened until you put it into Walmart. We still don't know yet.
Here we have Bedwriter. This again was back in Season 6. Bedwriter chief marketer George Conway asked the Sharks for a $200,000 deal in exchange for 15% equity in his company, which makes safety seats for the backs of pickup trucks. To Conley's credit, he's a great salesman, and he was animated and fun as he demonstrated the product on a pickup, but his answers to the investors' most important questions left them shaking their heads. For example, when Lori actually asked him if he had undergone crash testing, Conway replied honestly, yes, I have done my own, by accident. The Sharks like Conway as a person, but the myriad of things that could go wrong with the deal caused them all to back out. When you leave the tank, I want you to take that truck and drive it off a cliff, O'Leary told him. Yikes, I doubt that Mr. Conway is regretting that type of offer, because he probably could have gotten a very good deal from Mr. O'Leary, as he's known to be one of the more ambitious Sharks and just test the waters with some of these investments.
I'm seeking $200,000 in exchange for 15% of my company. The problem is, it's just not safe until now.
Have you tested? Have you done crash testing?
Honestly, yes. I have done my own by accident. By accident.
One of the more weirder deals on the show, and this is Tycoon Real Estate. This again was also back in Season 6. Unfortunately for Tycoon Real Estate founder and CEO Aaron McDaniel, the Sharks not only hated the product idea, but some of them hated the entrepreneur behind it.
Aren't sexy. Nobody brags about REITs.
That's so horrible.
But Aaron, who cares about sexy when it comes to saving my money?
Because
that is
you
wrong
talk to
in
any,
so
you
many
talk to
ways,
any
Eric.
real estate.
I'm in financial services.
Yeah, I know you have a mortgage
I
company
know
and
what
stuff.
the burden is to be the steward of people's money. I have $1 billion of it with my name on it.
Yikes. McDaniel pitched his real estate crowdfunding service as a way for the average people to invest in real estate. He failed to convince the Sharks that it was a safe model and that he was someone to be trusted with money. For real though, I mean, whenever you hear the word tycoon and then you put it next to real estate, it just goes to show you that he's trying to create a monopoly, and then monopolies are the next closest thing to pyramid schemes usually. So you want to back away from that if you're an investor. Mark Cuban yelled that the idea was a scammy one. Barbara Corcoran thought it was spooky, and O'Leary, who was actually interested in making a deal, asked McDaniel if he had a criminal record. In the same way, Shark Tank can make a company, but it can also give it very, very bad credibility and break it down as well. Next up, we have the Gato Cafe. Shark Tank is not the place to ask for money to fund a hypothetical company. Adriana Montano asked the Sharks for $100,000 for 15% stake in her company, Gato Cafe. a cafe where patrons would pay an admission fee and hang out with rescue cats while sipping a latte. If they liked a particular cat, they could adopt one. Montano was also able to persuade them the idea wasn't a wildly far-fetched, since there was already successful cat cafes out there. But when the investors asked her why they shouldn't just take $100,000 of their own money and open their own line of cat cafes instead, she couldn't defend herself as being a valuable partner. They all passed, and Guest Shark and GoPro founder CEO Nick Woodman recommended she take out a loan and try opening one on her own. That's bad when you go into the tank. They tell you to take out a loan because they can't even muster up the courage to give you their own money, which is saying something. These guys literally have spent millions of dollars investing into products, which they don't really know if they'll get a good return rate on. But again, I guess she was catless in this one. Lastly, we have Chimera. This is a season 5 episode. There's a major difference between being an inventor and an entrepreneur, and Chimera creator Jason Woods did not prove himself to be the latter. Woods asked the Sharks for a $250,000 loan for 20% stake in his company. His electric bodyboard company was doing very good with sales, and the investors found the invention cool. But when the sales pitch went on too long, they realized he hadn't actually said anything about an actual business plan. It turned out in the previous 10 years, Woods had invested $130,000 of his own money and come up with only a prototype. He had no customers and no patent. After trying to explain that he was finally ready to take it to the next level, Cuban told him that he was full of crap and was a diminishing product salesman. Damon John also told him that it was the worst pitch he had ever seen on the show. It's safe to say I guess Woods didn't get a deal here, but hey, at least he tried, right? That's it for today's video, guys. Let us know in the comments section down below what was the worst business idea you heard on today's video. I'm signing off. I will see you guys next video upload.